Hari Om. I'm going to speak today about importance of silence. It's ironic that I have to talk to explain the benefit of not talking. But anyway, silence has been a traditional practice of restraint in the science of yoga and is being practiced by the yoga masters for thousands of years for various benefits. Recently, even the scientific evidence suggests that practice of silence is very helpful. Our brain has certain areas which are very occupied when we focus on something. The attention centers, as you can call them. And when you are focusing on many different things in our day to day life, it does create a lot of stress in our brain. The energy of these attention centers goes down. Some studies have indicated that the silence gives an opportunity for these attention centers to regenerate their energy. So it's like restoring the lost energy. Also, when we are focusing on something or doing something or talking, various areas in our brain consume our resources. These cognitive resources need to be recovered, need to be re energized. And silence helps in doing that. Another study indicates that our default network, default mode of our brain is silence. So when we talk, we have to spend a lot of energy. But when we are following silence, we can actually tap into the thinking process, the emotional undertones to those thinking processes, or the memories, and we are more aware of these underlying processes that continuously are going on into our mind and reflect in the brain activities. So if you follow silence, it leads to more creative thinking, more creative ideas, more control of our emotions, more control of our negative thought patterns. One more study has highlighted that if we follow silence, the nerves regenerate faster. There's a process called neurogenesis that speeds up if you follow silence. Especially the study focused on the regeneration of nerve cells in the brain area called hippocampus, which is very important in memory formation. It's very important in our learning process. And this area is negatively affected because of stress. So silence has shown a lot of promise when it comes to this brain functions and re-energizing the brain and tapping into our creative potential. When we are stressed or anxious or depressed, our mind is continuously racing. There are so many thoughts. And that's why we feel dissipated state, distressed state. The practice of silence can actually help us control this process to a great extent. Many studies also have indicated that practice of silence is very important to improve the mindfulness. And ultimately it leads to the control and mastery over the functions of our mind. Yoga has given extreme importance to this practice And yoga has called it a tapas. Following silence is tapas. Generally, the practices of tapa or austerities or restraint are to increase the pranic energy. So silence also helps us increase our prana. If we talk continuously for a couple of hours, we feel very tired because we are spending a lot of prana, a lot of our energy, a lot of our vital energy. And when we talk, it's just not the words, it's just not the sound, but to speak a word, right now I'm speaking to you. So when I'm speaking, I am considering what I have spoken in last few minutes. All of that is going on in my mind. So I'm thinking of what I have spoken. Then I'm thinking of what I need to speak. So I'm trying to go back to my memory, and then I'm trying to recollect things from the memory. At the same time, whatever I'm recollecting from the memory, my intellect is processing that and it's rearranging it. So in a systematic way, I have to present these thoughts. So just to speak one word, I have to go to memory, I have to go to intellectual decision making ability, and then I have to make a decision, and then my vocal cords are speaking. So my brain is continuously active when I'm speaking, and it consumes a lot of energy. And this prana is certainly, you can save the expenditure of this energy when you follow silence. Yoga says that if you follow silence regularly, it can help you calm down your mind slowly, slowly, slowly. In the absence of any sensory inputs, like when you are silent, what are you doing? You're not reading any book. You're not listening to any music. Because if you read a book and listen to music or watch a movie or a video, that cannot be called as silence. Because your sensory organs are continuously going outwards. The whole purpose of silence is to stop that, so that you can be more aware of what is happening internally. So in this process of silence, you're trying to withdraw your mind from external objects and sensory inputs to internalization. So this is like a state of pratyahar, which is like a preparation for meditation. So yoga masters have used silence as a preparation for meditation. If we also want to try and meditate in our day-to-day life, we should make practice of silence a regular practice. Now how to follow this silence? There are various ways you can try and follow. One good way is maybe once in 3 months, once in 5 months, once in 6 months, 10 days of complete silence. Say you go out to a meditation retreat or to go out to some place in nature and follow silence there. But it may not be possible for everyone. So another good way of following silence is even in your house, one day in a week, morning till late night, the whole day you follow silence. Now it may not be possible for you to follow whole day of silence, but you can follow 4 hours, 5 hours, maybe just morning, maybe the whole afternoon, maybe the whole evening. And these many hours, we don't have to talk, we don't have to read anything, we don't have to listen to anything, we don't have to watch anything, we don't have to check our mobile phones, we don't have to check our emails, no computers, no eye-to-eye contact. Just becoming aware of myself. But when you follow this, it should be very regular practice. Or even every day, maybe couple of hours. Whatever happens, in those 2 hours, you will not do anything else other than just following silence. Now, if you follow this silence very regularly, very sincerely, Abhyas and Vairagya, these 2 words Patanjali has used, very regular, continuous, dedicated practice, will ultimately lead to the desired positive results in the case of silence is very strong willpower, increased pranic energy, very alert, creative, focused mind. And I'm sure we can start with very slow, very small promise to ourselves, and then slowly we can improve our silence practice. So I hope you have understood some basics of how to follow silence and what are the benefits, what are the different benefits that you can derive out of silence. So I'm going to stop here. Hari Om.